Um, Bill, along with that, as we talk about growing people in this environment, this relationship is a relationship we look at as an example. When you met Chris, did you have like a shining light moment kind of experience where it was like, hey, this is the guy that's gonna, shape generations of people? I guess we want to know as we're trying to raise leaders in this environment, like how do you pick the guy or the girl?
Well, it's an excellent question. I don't function that way. I'm not real. I don't look over people and go, I pick them, I pick them, I pick them. What I'm good at is I'm good at values and I'm good at atmosphere. If I have a strength, it's in those things. It's the principles of how his world functions, and it's the atmosphere that things grow in. So it's like what I work to do, if I could use the analogy of soil, I work to keep the soil as healthy as possible so that whatever seeds are planted will grow and become healthy. And so there was never a choice of, I believe that this is the future, that's the future. To be honest, I try to look at everybody that way. I don't make distinctions of this class, but I work hard at one of my mottos is I just don't have this passion to grow big ministry, but I do have a passion to grow big people. I do want to work to create an environment where people become everything they're supposed to, and that they could step into that sense of destiny. And Chris went from not on the list to the head of the list. It took a number of years, but it was his hunger, the relationship, of course, which I had a good relationship with many of our team there. But it was the hunger, but it was also the obedience to the word of the Lord. It was his ability to take a word and then apply it to his family or business or whatever. And the Lord just, the Lord honored it. The Lord promoted him. All I did is cooperate.
That's awesome. I just want everybody to know I did have that right on here. Not big ministry, big people. Just so
that's good.
We're tracking.
I like that.
Chris, talk to me about a kind of a similar subject. We're going to try to hit some core values for us. One of the things you do really well, and I just know from personal experience, is you kind of do what maybe Bill did with you a bit with other people. You've done that with me. So just using me a little bit in my perspective as an example, how do you say yes to leaders in your environment in letting them lead things when you know that they're probably maybe not as awesome as you'd like them to be?
My style of choosing people is probably quite different than Bill's, because I really do look for certain qualities in people, and maybe it's because we're in a much bigger space right now, so the amount of people that want to hang out with you is quite different than when we were in Weaverville. But I was going to say, Bill didn't have a lot of other choices. When Bill came, there was only 40 people in our church to start out with, so and I was maybe one of the only ones that was, under 80. That's not true, though. That's not true. No, there was lots. I'm just being funny. No, there was only 40 people in the church when Bill first came, but there was a lot of great couples there. I do choose people by some qualities. I like people that are passionate, and that I like to have people who think. So I'm not a guy who likes to choose people who are more like slave-minded, do everything I ask them to do. I like people who push back, who think, who can think for themselves. And I don't have any problem with people making mistakes, because I'm a big mistake maker. And I also am very confrontive, so I don't have any problem. It doesn't bother me at all to say, hey, why did you do that? Let's not do that again. I don't, it's not in my personality type to have a struggle telling people that they made a mistake. I don't stay up at night thinking about it. So consequently, I think it's easier for me to have people who make lots of mistakes. I don't want people to have bad motives in their mistakes. But as far as people just doing things wrong because they don't know what to do, or, I've had a lot of insecurities in my life, so I understand that out of insecurity, people do certain things. I know some.